Hello. I am gaining perspective on what it means to be a multidimensional being and what that looks like. So, bear with me a little bit while I walk you through two of my dreams to explain it. So, my first dream, I am standing in a doorway. I'm in a large castle. And in the next room is my father and my brother. And they don't know I'm there. They don't know I'm listening in to the conversation. And my dad is showing my brother a children's music box. And I have never seen that music box. He was clearly hiding that from me. And so he was showing it to my brother. And as he presses one of the buttons, this children's music starts playing, beautiful. And instantly I remember who I was. I remember that I was actually very powerful. I remember that I was a prince and that was my castle. There was a sense of that I didn't belong in that family, or I wasn't acknowledged in that family, even though I knew they were my brother and my father, but the vibe was that I wasn't a part of that family, or I was treated as a nobody. So perhaps I was raised as a bastard of some kind. And so as soon as the music played, I remember that I heard that as a child and I was raised in that castle with this music. And so I step into the room and I say, "Hey, I heard all of that and I now know who I am." And so I also remembered suddenly that I could fly. And so I start flying all over the city. I'm extremely happy, finally knowing who I am and that I was being deceived for all this time um, as a teenage boy. And so while I'm flying to the city, I'm thinking, okay, this is great. They're not going to get me. I know who I am now. I'm a prince. This is my castle. This is my city. These are my people. And I want to care for these people. And they're still trying to capture me. There's a bunch of soldiers that are capturing me, but they're not succeeding. Um, so that was a very happy ending, let's say. And so the second dream is very similar in the sense that there is a like beginning problem, let's say, and a solution in the end, but different story. So in the second dream, I am a little girl and I am in a school where I am being sexually abused by one of the male teachers. Shift forward maybe 10 years later, so I'm a young woman. I'm still in that school and I'm sitting with two friends, good friends, and I decide to tell them about it. I decide to open up and tell them what had happened to me as a young girl in that school. And their response was amazing. They said, "This is not right. This shouldn't be happening. We're going to help you with this. Let's find proof for it." So, shift forward a bit. In the end, what we did is that we worked with the media to write an article about what happened. The school was exposed, the teacher was exposed, um, and I was freed somehow from that pain and that burden that I was carrying. So it's interesting. In the first dream, I am remembering that I am powerful and who I am. And in the second dream, I decide to express myself and I'm opening up about something that is difficult. So, what I like about these two dreams is that it reflects also my personal transformation that is going on in my life right now. And so, all the hard work that we're doing, such as taking back our power, speaking up when something's not right, expressing how we feel if we feel that we're not being treated with respect, showing our boundaries, indicating our boundaries to other people, creating the life that we want to have, which can be different from how we were raised, how we grew up. All of this really hard work that we are doing is paying off, not just in this life, but also across our lives, across our multidimensional being. Because I believe that these are other lives that I'm living. Now, it's maybe not 100% factually how it happened, because yes, could have been that I was a prince in a castle. That's possible. But the music box, for example, was much too modern. So I think that I'm being shown things to make it clear of what was going on that makes sense to me, being in this personality. And what I like so much about that is that it may seem sometimes that our life is a little bit uneventful or boring, like not a whole lot is going on. Recognize that it is so important what we are doing, because we are providing a very stable foundation for ourselves to transform, but also in other lives. So if we are resting, that rest gives us space to grow and to take ownership of our lives somewhere else. And so it helps me to know that if I'm resting, there is a lot happening, even if I don't see it. And I really hate that. I wish it was different. I wish we could all see the impact of what we're doing, because often when we are going through our inner work, we're doing hard work, you may not see it immediately. Well, usually it takes quite a while actually, but also our circle, people around us may not see it immediately, but know that it has a profound impact on yourself and many other personalities that you are living. So trust that, and don't ever beat yourself up for resting, because it's very valuable across your lives.